Guys, you already see the title of this video. I'm going to be breaking down exactly how my life's genuinely changed, making $19,000 per month on average over the last 3 months. So just first and foremost, let me actually prove that to you. So if I go into my Stripe account, I'll probably throw some sort of screenshot or screen recording on my screen right now. But if I quickly just refresh the page and whatnot, you can see that I've made around 41-ish thousand pounds over the last 3 months. I'm not too sure what that is in dollars, but I'm pretty sure you guys will probably be able to work that out. So that's over the last 3 month period. You know, I'm only 25 years old, so that's obviously kind of crazy to me that I've been able to make that. Like literally, I don't actually know if there's any family members or anything like that that actually make that much that I'm actually related to and stuff like that. There was literally a month where I made like 17K. It was actually 16.5K in a single month, like from the start of a month to an actual end of the month. So that was actually ridiculous. That was back in July as well. So if you actually do the maths out of that, you know, divide it by 3. So take the 41K, divide it by 3 over the 3 months. It comes out to an average of around £13,710 to be exact, there or thereabouts. Basically, which if you do the maths on that and convert it, if you will, into US dollars, that's around 19,000 bang on dollars per month at the age of 25 years old. I've never worked a job in my life. I don't have no degrees. I don't have a marketing degree. I'm the least qualified person I know out of everybody I know in my family and all of my friends, to be honest with you. They've either got degrees or had a job, or they're just so much more. I feel like they're just so much more professional than I am in terms of like, I just wake up, go to my computer, make money, stuff like that, close clients, speak to clients. Obviously, I am professional in terms of like the services that we deliver. I'm obviously trying to strive for excellence, but anyway, guys, I've made videos about kind of like what I've learned, or, you know, like making like 10K plus and, you know, making 20K plus and stuff like that in a particular month. But I've never actually talked about how my life genuinely changed. Now, before I get into this, guys, just real quick, I don't want you to kind of see this as kind of like bragging or even soft flexing. I'm gonna actually start off by actually humbling myself real quick. This is no money whatsoever, guys. As in, like, this is okay, cool. It's quite a decent amount of money at the age of 25. But what I'm trying to say, in the grand scheme of things, it's all about perspective, guys. There are people literally making this a day. Like literally a day. So this is not even a drop in the ocean. There's people probably making this an hour, bro. Like it's ridiculous, the sort of like the sort of world that we live in and the sort of like abundance that we genuinely have. Money is literally nothing. That's why it's called a fiat currency. This stuff's not even real. It's literally monopoly money. The only value it holds is the value that we give it. I'm not even joking. If you actually Google like all the fiat currencies that have ever existed, every single one of them have failed over like the lifespan basically of that particular fiat currency. The British pound will fail. The US dollar will fail. It's probably, they're failing, or on a day-to-day basis they're failing. Look how much economic kind of like crises that we've had over the last, you know, 20, 50 years and stuff like that. You guys can see what I'm talking about. But again, cool. The only value it really holds is the value we give it. So I'm gonna humble myself by saying, yes, this is a lot of money, but in the grand scheme of things, it's nothing. It's not even a drop in the ocean yet. I'm only just getting started and I'm nowhere near where I actually want to be. I want to be at that 100K per month mark, $250,000 a month mark. Those are the sorts of numbers I want to be playing at. So when you start hearing numbers like that, then you look at this and you're like, oh, okay, yeah, he's got quite a way to actually go. But still, it's still an impressive feat nonetheless. So I'm actually want to talk about how my life's genuinely changed. So first and foremost, I've noticed that I've genuinely become more grateful of life. As in, like, I don't know if I'm getting softer or something like that, but there's been times where I don't even want to squash a bug anymore because I'm more appreciative for life. Maybe I've just become more spiritual as a person. And it's weird that I never thought this would actually happen. Making more money has actually made me more conscious of life. For example, I stopped drinking like milk. I'm trying to cut out meat out of my diet and stuff like that. Like when I see a bug in my house, I actually hesitate to even kill the bug. I try to capture it and let it free. It sounds so weird, guys. It sounds so soft and so woo-woo. You guys are probably rolling your eyes right now, but I don't know what it is. Maybe I don't know. Maybe I'm just more appreciative for life. I've been looking into more like you know, African history and where black people actually come from. This is kind of like a black thing. If you guys are kind of like, you're not black and you're watching this, then maybe this is not for you. But if you guys are black, I've been looking into like black history, that sort of stuff, and kind of like where our roots came from, ancient Egypt, the, you know, ancient Kemet, that sort of stuff. I've been looking into all of that sort of stuff, guys, and just seeing that like sort of like belief systems they have, and it was much more of a spiritual system. So I feel like I've become more of a spiritual type of person. Not to say that I just meditate and sit down on a rock and hope that money comes to me and manifests it. I actually don't believe in any of that. I believe more in inputs create outputs, cause and effect, basically. I believe in, you know, as above, so below, as you will. Your inputs create your output. So I guess it's almost like a spirit, it's almost like a scientific spiritual belief system that I've kind of adopted, where it's not like woo-woo, it's more cause and effect. If you put in the work, you will get the reward back. It's not about being sat there meditating on a rock. So I guess that's kind of like how my life's changed there. The second thing I've also noticed with me is that I've actually become more generous. I was always a generous person, don't get me wrong. I remember back in like 4 or 5 years ago when I was actually broke and stuff like that, still in that university, I remember actually giving my watch away. I had quite a nice, little Casio, I think it was actually like a Casio watch. It's quite decent. I think it was like £75 or something like that, 50 to £75, something like that. Nothing crazy or anything like that. But I remember actually giving that away to a homeless person. And now that I've got more money, I actually give more money away. It's actually crazy. I've actually become much more generous in terms of like, just the other day, for example, I was in an Uber and I stopped off. I told the Uber driver, is it cool if I stop off and just grab some food? I was actually with my actual little brother, my middle brother. I've got 2 brothers, by the way. I've got a middle brother and then I've got a little brother, if you will. So I was with middle brother. We'll call him middle brother. If you're watching this, shout out to you, by the way. His name's Kyle, by the way. So long story short, I was with my middle brother and we kind of stopped off at the shop. It was in a taxi, Uber, whatever you want to call it. And I actually asked the Uber driver if he wants, like a meal, for example. Did he want a meal? I was completely on me, even though I'm paying him to take me home and stuff like that. I'm also going to stop off at the shop, and if you want a meal, I'll actually buy you a meal. I've done this multiple times as well. He didn't actually want anything, but that's still generosity I've kind of like started, implementing in my life now that I'm able to be more generous. I just noticed that like money is an amplifier, if you will. I was always generous, but now I'm even more generous is what I've actually found. Another kind of thing I found as well, let me actually touch upon that point as well. I just completely remembered this now. It's actually just coming to me now as I make this video. As you can see, I'm trying to do this off the top of my head, guys. But long story short, I remember not even too long ago, I think it was like a month ago or something like that, I went into a petrol station. I seen a homeless guy kind of like sat there, asking kind of like for money and for food and stuff like that. So I literally just told him to come into the shop and just literally bought him anything he wanted to, like literally. This probably ruins it, like those videos that people used to make where they would like give homeless people money and then record it and then put it on their Instagram and it will go viral and then they'll get views from that. I've kind of ruined it by even telling you guys, but I didn't even document this or anything like that. I've not mentioned it to anybody. I was with my brothers again. We were just kind of going out and we just randomly saw a dude at the petrol station that was like kind of like sat there. He was homeless, obviously, and he was just asking for like food and stuff like that. So everybody was walking past him and I was like, you know what, this is fucked up. So I literally just told him to stand up, come into the shop, and I literally just introduced myself, asked him what like he was up to. Obviously, probably a shit question to ask him, but I was trying to make conversation, trying to make him feel still human at the end of the day. And I took him into the shop and just told him to get anything he literally wanted. I literally just paid for it. There was also another time where I was in the club. This is true. By the way, I've blown way too much money in the clubs. But I do want to make sure that my friends have like a good time on their birthdays and whatnot. There's been time at family meals where I picked up the entire bill. There's been times where I've gone out and spent crazy amounts of money, probably like $1,000 plus on like alcohol and stuff like that. So it's not actually that much, to be honest with you, in the grand scheme of things. I know there's people out there that's literally dropping like 10k in the club, but I'm not at that level yet. And even when I'm at that level, that's still stupid to me. I probably still would not do that. I'm still frugal, by the way, you guys. So just little things like that, it's just become so much more easier to do, and I'm just become much more generous as a whole. Now, the actual feeling you get when you actually make this money, like I feel like I'm less nervous about stuff. I've got less anxiety. I'm more relaxed, more chill. There's more time. I've got more freedom, more kind of like mental clarity as well. I feel like I can just sit back, chill out, drink a coffee or drink a tea and just relax on my balcony. For example, my bills, I don't have to worry about paying bills until I'm like 30 something years old. I've only just turned 25. I literally have like this is the wealthiest I've ever been. Again, I don't say this to brag or anything like that, or this is not like soft flex or anything like that, but I've just noticed that my life's just much more smooth. There's less stuff to worry about. I remember, I'm not too sure if you guys remember this, but I'd always talk about like I've mentioned it in a couple of videos that I have like really bad health anxiety, well I used to anyway, like that's dying out. I don't really have that anymore. I feel like it was the fact that I was broke, it was kind of like manifesting as stress, and that stress was turning into health anxiety. And now it's just like I have my apartment, for example, this apartment I'm sat in, like paid off for 6 months, and then when that tenancy is done, I'm either going to upgrade again. I'm actually already looking at other apartments to upgrade to, but even if I don't and I just want to stay here, for example, I'm going to pay it off probably 6 or 12 months in advance and just literally just live the entire year just completely billless. Like I'm actually billless at this particular point. Technically, if I don't even work another single day in my life, for example, if I stopped working right now, I could probably last until like 30 something years old. And again, probably like I've got like 5, 6, 7 years of worth of like just cash reserves on me at all times. So when you're operating like that, it becomes a matter of just fighting your own complacency. as in like there's no actual real reason for me to get up and continue working except for the sheer love of the game at this point. I want to see how far I can push myself. I want to give back to you guys as well. And I genuinely want to help people scale their business, such as their ecom brands. And I also want to help people actually go from 0 to 10K, because I know that was one of the most life-changing things for me. Just, you know, so much more mental clarity. I'm less anxious about stuff. I don't have to worry about bills, to be honest with you. I'm actually eating healthier as well. I know that I always look skinny and stuff like that. Maybe it's just because I got a fast metabolism, and there's people out there that are into like fitness just like rolling their eyes right now. But I'm eating healthier. I can actually choose the healthier option. Things are more automated for me, such as like I'm getting a chef, for example. I'm actually going to be hiring a chef to actually cook my meals for me. I get my food now delivered. I'm hiring a cleaner, so things just get done for you. I'm able to take on better clients as well, just because I'm much more confident in myself. I've got a better team. It just becomes a thing of like more opportunities come to you guys. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you and say that it's not good. It's amazing. I highly recommend, if you can, really just get to that 10K, 20K per month mark. I feel like that's actually where your life really does start to change, honestly, man. And like the old saying goes, like, money just amplifies you. So if you're an asshole before and you get more money, you're just gonna be more of an asshole. But me, I was always generous anyway. I was always giving away stuff to homeless people, trying to help out and whatnot and give back. So I feel like I'm gonna be able to do more of that. I'm probably gonna start donating to charities and stuff like that, because at this point it's like, what else do I do with my money? I've literally paid off all my bills and whatnot in advance, so I'm pretty much billless. I don't have to worry about bills. I don't wake up worried about bills until like I'm 30 something years old, which is obviously a long way away. That's literally like 5 years away, or 4.5 years away, or whatever it is. And I've literally got cash reserves that are gonna last me for ages. So that's like, for me, that's real wealth. By the way, I don't buy like flashy clothes or anything like that. The worst thing I do is splash a little bit too much on alcohol with friends. I guess that's the only thing I can really fault myself for. But other than that, I'm really quite smart with my money, and I'm still actually frugal, guys. That's not changed, to be honest with you. I'm still frugal with my money, as in I'll always try to kind of like drop down any sort of bill. So like if I've got like an electricity bill, for example, obviously I'll try to go and get the cheapest plan. Who would not do that? It doesn't even matter if you're a billionaire. I think even billionaires would probably still try to do that, to be honest with you. I feel like that's just common sense. Like, why would you have the same thing and you could pay 10x more, or you know, or 1/10 of the price? So I feel like that's just a normal thing that everybody actually does. I've noticed that like money really does bring the finer things in life. For example, I remember operating on my little dinky MacBook Air, for example, for the longest time. Now I have like a M1, brand new M1 Mac with a like new keyboard and new AirPod Pros and stuff like that. So I feel like it does bring the finer things in life. I've got like new clothes, even though I don't buy like fancy clothes, like I just said. I still have new clothes, like this t-shirt that I'm wearing right now. I literally just, in fact, the package is literally right here. I literally just opened this particular t-shirt for this particular video. I mean, I still shop at like Boohoo, by the way, which is just like $5, $10 t-shirts, $20 t-shirts, or whatever it is. But like I said, I don't see the point in buying like fancy designer clothes. Watch me regret this now in like 2 months or something like that, when I completely just blow up and you guys see me in Gucci and shit like that. Well, for me, I don't think I've ever been like a fancy clothes guy, to be honest with you, like designer clothes guy. I just think it's stupid. I'd rather buy some stocks, invest. I'd rather invest. For example, I was this close to buying a new a new Mercedes-Benz. So I was actually thinking about getting a Mercedes-Benz, like probably like a E-Class or a C-Class or something like that, like a brand new one with like all the interior lights decked out and all that sort of stuff. The premium package, it's actually called a premium package. That's how you know I've been looking into this a bit too much. So I was literally on Auto Trader. It's got to the point where I've literally had to block Auto Trader from, you know, actually distracting me and stuff like that. So I was really close to actually buying a brand new Benz, and it would have been easy for me to actually buy the Benz as well. Technically, I probably would have got it on finance. I feel like that's a much smarter move to do than just to throw a whole lump sum of cash on a car, even though I could have done it. Again, not to brag or anything like that. But just talking, you know, sheer logic, I don't think that would actually be a logical move to actually just go and blow a whole bunch of money on a car. I'd rather pick it up on finance. I don't know why everybody kind of like shits on finance, but if you actually look, the rich don't actually own stuff. They're the people that actually lend out stuff. If you actually notice, the rich don't actually own stuff. Read like Rich Dad Poor Dad. You'll see exactly what I'm talking about. I don't know why people like kind of like try shit on finance, but I actually think it's a smarter move than just throwing a whole lump sum of cash on a brand new car and when you drive straight off the parking lot, or should I say the dealership, drive straight off of the lot, if you will, you lose a whole bunch of money. I just don't feel like that's a smart move to make at all, like ever. Even if you're like a millionaire and you want like a Lamborghini, for example, I don't think you should buy that cash. Even if you could afford it 100x over, for example, I still think I would be financing it, to be honest with you guys. So I was so close to actually, buying this Mercedes Benz and whatnot. And I realized to myself that like, I'm not actually buying it for me. I'm actually trying to, if I was going to get this Mercedes Benz, I'd be doing it for everybody else but me. Obviously, I like cars, and by the way, I absolutely love cars. And yes, I probably will be upgrading my car and whatnot in the future. But for now, I'm completely fine. I don't drive anywhere. I just can't justify the price, I can't justify the cost of it, the price of it, when I barely even drive. If I drove more, I'd probably be, I definitely would have upgraded 100%. I probably can business expense it as well. That's the thing. So it actually, even if it could make sense, I still probably wouldn't do it just because I just don't drive anywhere enough. I literally drive like maybe once a week. It's just not worth it to me, to be honest with you. And like I said, if I was to go and get the Benz, it would literally just be more for you guys, or like trying to impress people I don't really, obviously I care about you guys, but I'm trying to say like, I'd probably be trying to get the Benz to try to show off to other people. And I've noticed that. This again is something that like, keeping up with the Joneses, you have to be careful of this sort of stuff. So how has 19K kind of like, changed my life? I feel like it's made me a better person, more spiritual. I'm more generous. I'm more relaxed. I don't have to worry about much stuff. I actually work less as well because I've got a better team. I've got better systems, for example, even just like little stuff. It sounds weird, but like little stuff like having a dishwasher in your own crib and stuff like that. That takes so much more. Like, I don't know if you understand how many arguments I had with my parents back when I used to live with my parents' house about washing dishes. That damn sink caused so many arguments that I actually used to start despising the sink. How can you despise a sink? I literally used to despise the sink because I knew that was the area of like where most arguments would kick off. That area right there was a problematic area. So sinks, that's not really a thing anymore. Just throw it in the dishwasher. So my life's actually changed quite dramatically. I don't think my life will ever be the same, if I'm being honest with you guys. And I feel like it's only going to go up from here on out because I've got more opportunities now. Well, I've noticed that doors start to open when you have more money. As in like, for example, your cash flow is better. Because your cash flow is better, you can now afford to buy certain things just outright. For example, let's say with SMMA, right? Let's say with SMMA, you have to do a whole bunch of like lead sourcing and first line writing. You can literally just like buy services that do that for you, or get a virtual assistant to do that for you. There's no need to worry about that sort of stuff. Like going to clubs and like blowing like $1,000 on alcohol, it doesn't matter because like the next day I'll probably like make that back, or the day after I'll definitely probably make that back within 1 or 2 days, that sort of stuff. And just I've noticed that like my friends, I feel like I've gone from, I remember back in the day when I was like broke, I went from like being a liability to the team, as in like imagine like the squad, me and my friends, the squad if you will, like being a liability to the team in terms of like going just places to have fun with your friends. It was always like I would have to borrow money from people, but now it's like I can take my entire kind of like squad if you will to a place and just pay for the entire thing. Which by the way, I've actually done that. I've literally taken my friends on holiday and stuff like that, paid for their tickets to actually go to Amsterdam, for example, just stuff like that. Like the other day I bought my brothers like some tickets to go and watch one of my actual friends, Box is a boxer, so we actually went and watched his boxing match and stuff like that. So just stuff like that, I feel like I'm able to do more things, got more opportunities, I relax better, I'm less anxious, I don't have to worry about bills. That does allow complacency to creep in, but you have to fight that. But guys, I do recommend trying to scale your business to that 10K per month mark, at least 15K, to be honest with you. I feel like 10 to 15K is when you really start to change. Other than that though, I don't feel like I've changed that much. I'm still frugal, I'm still humble, I still love my peoples, I still try to look after everybody. Like buying my little sister shoes and stuff like that, I'm able to do stuff like that. It feels really good inside and whatnot. I remember like being in the club, for example. I'm always in the club, by the way, I don't know. Guys, allow me, okay? I had to party for a little bit. I'm allowed to party for a little bit. I'm back into work mode now though. That was back in July, if you will, back in summer. I'm in work mode now though. So like back in summer and whatnot, I was able to kind of like, I actually remember just walking into the actual like toilet. I'm pretty sure you guys, just little things like this, guys, it does feel nice. And I just kind of give you this little story, if you will. But like I remember walking into the actual bathroom where there's like the men's bathroom, and that there's lucky man, and he's got like his aftershave sprays and cologne and stuff like that. I remember just literally saying, I'm just buying everything for everybody, as in like I just literally bought Like everybody in what was in the bathroom. It's funny because I actually make friends. Obviously, it might be fake friends and whatnot, but it's cool. I'm only on a night out. I just want to talk to people and get to know people and stuff like that. But I remember literally walking into the bathroom and everybody was in there. I was like, yeah, just spray everybody. I just pay for it. And I just literally paid for it on card and stuff like that. So it's quite expensive for what it was. But like everybody was like, oh, it's cool. I ended up getting a drink back from somebody. But yeah, just stuff like that. It's cool and all. Don't waste it though. I'd rather donate and stuff like that and give it away and just make people's lives happier a little bit. It's just as long as I can make you guys lives like just even a little bit happier. I'll probably be doing a giveaway as well on this channel. Maybe when I get to like, I don't know, 10k or something like that, I'll probably give away something expensive. Other than that though, I feel like money does bring the finer things in life. It really does. There's no two ways about it. I could sit here and give you some sort of like spiritual saying like money's not important and stuff like that. Money's damn important, guys, and I don't want you guys to kind of like that. Don't let that go over your head. Those people that say money's not important are the people that don't actually have money, or it's a way to justify them not getting money. Money is damn near important. Have you noticed that you can't even, if you're ill and you go to the doctor's going to charge you just to cure your illness or help you with your illness. Like money's important. It doesn't buy happiness, but it buys the things that brings you happiness. So if you're happiest when you are traveling, well, the money actually affords your ticket to travel. So it does buy happiness, but indirectly, I think it does. So I've got a different take on money. I feel like money is, don't let it rule you. You actually have to rule the money, if you will. Don't work for money, make money work for you. I do feel like money brings happiness, but indirectly, as in if you're happiest when you're tasting new foods, well, to taste new food, you have to buy new foods. How do you buy new foods? You have to pay for new food, unfortunately. It's weird how and it's funny, you know what's actually funny, guys, is random thought that came into my head just now. You know what's funny? We've actually been given this planet, right? Or we've been put on this planet. I don't know if you believe in God or some sort of creator creature or something like that, or the universe, whatever you believe in. It's completely up to you. But like, isn't it funny how we have everything we already need, as in like the plants grow, we've got animals and stuff like that. We basically have this food, water, electricity for free and stuff like that. But yet we decide to pay for all the things that nature gave us and intended to give us for free. It's kind of crazy world that we live in. But yeah, money's important. It definitely has changed my life, and I do recommend you guys go out there and secure the bag, if you will, because life does change. Family members take me more seriously now. They can see I went from just being Montel to money man. My nana literally calls me money man's here. Like when I literally walk into like restaurants and stuff like that, and the money man's here. Like literally all my cousins. I've not yet been hated on. I've not yet actually had like family members hate on me or ask me for like money or something like that, or stuff like that. I don't think I'm at that level yet. Maybe at like, I don't know, 50k, 100k a month or something like that, I'll probably get that. Probably have some fallouts as well. I'm not looking forward to that. And like I said, I've not really had any quote unquote haters, if you will. I've not really been asked for money. I know people know that I'm frugal, so don't ask me for money. I try to stay away from all that sort of stuff. I don't really believe in kind of like giving money away to like people that it's almost like the reason why I say that is because it's like, this is gonna sound like a horrible analogy, but it's like trying to give crack to, it's like giving like alcohol to an alcoholic, crack to a crack addict. And what I mean by that is like, it's like trying to fix a broken leg with putting a band-aid on it. It doesn't actually work like that. Money doesn't work like that. It's why most millionaires, for example, when they win the lottery, go broke again. It's because they don't have the underlying financial literacy and the understanding of how money works. That's why they go back to being broke, if you will. It's an actual underlying kind of thing. People just want to get money so they can spend it. It doesn't actually work like that. You have to put systems in place first where that system then pays for the thing that you want. For example, if you got $1 million, cool. Don't just spend $1 million, because eventually it's gonna turn into not $1 million. Basically, you're gonna go back broke. But you take that $1 million, you invest it. And then once that investment is spitting out enough cash flow, then you can use that cash flow that's, passive and recurring and whatnot. Then you can use that cash flow to invest into certain things, buy certain things and enjoy that sort of stuff. So guys, this has been a long-winded kind of like video, but making 90k per month has definitely changed my life. I feel like I'm fresher in terms of like the clothes I wear. I feel like I'm healthier because I'm able to buy the healthier options now. And I've noticed that's kind of, messed up, to be honest with you. Like the supermarkets, I feel like the supermarkets purposefully price their healthier items higher than the cheap items, and you actually have to buy health. It's weird. Me and my brother was actually talking about this not too long ago, that like you actually have to buy health. So all the people that are kind of like poor and whatnot, which is absolutely terrible, buy like the processed foods that are very unhealthy because they're cheap and stuff like that. And I feel like it's been done on purpose, if I'm being honest with you guys, which is obviously super fucked up with the system. I'm a big kind of like, I wouldn't say conspiracy theorist or anything like that. I just feel like if you take a look at the system, it's kind of broken, to be honest with you guys. That being said, guys, life has definitely changed. I'm taking more seriously now. My parents, to be honest with you, it's one of those ones where it's like people do take notice, but it's not as much notice as you thought it would be, to be honest with you. I'll end it with this. So like, what I mean by that is like, you're making a whole bunch of money and whatnot, but like nobody really cares about it. As in like, you might thought of like people would be like super excited for you and stuff like that. But most people just say, oh wow, that's amazing, keep it up. That's literally it. That's why I got from my parents, bro. That's literally what I got from my parents, yo. So it's been amazing. I do want to continue to continue to progress. I'm nowhere near where I want to be, and I don't want this to come across as like being big-headed, flexing, ego, anything like that. So like I said, I've actually become more spiritual, more generous, just much more appreciative for life as well. I've tried to become more healthier, more conscious, if you will, like life conscious, health conscious, just conscious in every single way. Time, energy, the way how I spend it. Like for example, trying to get a cleaner, a chef, that sort of stuff, to actually free up my time. But guys, it's been amazing. Do recommend it. Money is important. Don't let anybody tell you it's not important. Just get money first, and then you'll see what I'm talking about. If you're not already there yet. If you're not, and you want help with this, please, send me a DM, and I can definitely help you, scale up. I've helped multiple students now to get to that 10K per month mark. I've done it myself, done it with multiple students, and you can coach you one-to-one on helping you do that, or you can enroll in agency transmutation and help you do that as well, because that's exactly what those two programs are designed for, because I know that that's the most life-changing impact I can make on somebody's life. That being said, guys, I'll see you guys in the next video. Take it easy, and I'll see you soon. Peace.